Good evening and thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Sophie Erber. A Siouxland man has been sentenced to prison time for his involvement in the 2019 killing of a Sioux City man. Everything you need to know from court right now in our top story at 5. 45-year-old Gary Daines of Carroll was sentenced today to 60 years in prison. He was found guilty back in March of voluntary manslaughter, along with second-degree theft and first-degree burglary. The victim was 65-year-old Paul Smith of Sioux City. He was killed in July of 2019. Now, previously, an autopsy report ruled Smith's cause of death to be blunt force injuries to the head and neck. Strangulation was also a probable component. Now, Daines reportedly told police he stole items from Smith to sell so he could buy meth. Daines will be eligible for parole if he completes certain terms of his sentencing at a date not yet determined. The Iowa District Court is refusing to transfer a murder case to juvenile court. As we reported last month, a man charged in connection with a fatal New Year's Eve shooting made a request to be tried as a juvenile. That man is Carlos Morales. He turned 18 just 10 days after the homicide he is currently charged in. The ruling today, he will remain an adult in court. Carlos Morales, his brother, Christopher and Anthony Bauer are all charged with first-degree murder. This in the shooting that left one woman dead and 4 others injured. All 3 have pled not guilty to their charges. Meanwhile, the trial dates have now been set for 2 inmates accused of killing a prison nurse and a correctional officer in Iowa last month. It was during an attempted escape from the Anamosa State Penitentiary. Michael Dutcher and Thomas Woodard Jr. are both charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder, along with 1 count of attempted murder and 1 count kidnapping. Nurse Lorena Schulte and corrections officer Robert McFarland were killed during that incident. Another inmate was seriously injured. Now, officials say Dutcher and Woodard also held a prison worker hostage during that attempted escape. Court records show that their trial will begin this June 22nd. The U.S. Supreme Court says it will hear a case that could dramatically expand the right to carry a concealed firearm in public places. KCAU 9's Washington correspondent Trevor Shirley reports on everything you need to know.
Well, this involves a lawsuit challenging gun licensing requirements in New York State. But depending how the Supreme Court rules, it could have implications for gun owners all across the country. The lawsuit involves 2 New York men who applied for licenses to carry guns outside their home. Those applications were rejected because the state said they hadn't shown proper cause to need them for self-defense. The men argue that was an infringement on their Second Amendment rights. Since 2010, the Supreme Court has shied away from several cases involving Second Amendment rights, and its last ruling on the issue was in 2010. Essentially, this case will force the Supreme Court to decide if most Americans have a nearly unrestricted right to carry a registered firearm outside their home. The court previously ruled the Second Amendment protects an individual's right to own a gun inside their home, but hasn't directly addressed whether that right extends outside the home. This is also the first Second Amendment case to be heard before the Supreme Court's new 6-3 conservative majority. Today's announcement also comes as the Biden administration faces pressure to restrict access to some firearms. And while the Supreme Court announced today it would take up the case, it probably won't be heard until next fall, with a final decision coming sometime in the summer of 2022. Reporting in Washington, I'm Trevor Shirley.
An early morning fire is pausing business tonight at a Sioux City Mexican restaurant. Fire crews were called out to De Leon's Taco Rico on Gordon Drive around 3:30 in the morning. Smoke could be seen billowing from the 1-story restaurant. Crews quickly worked to block off the roads to put out that fire. Assistant Fire Chief Dan Kugel says that the back door had heavy fire damage. He also tells us a window broke from the heat. He says that the fire appears to have started at the back of the building. That is where the kitchen, electrical room, and storage are all located. The restaurant will be closed, at least now for the time being. Well, it started off with $30,000 in profit to now almost $30 million. HoChunk Incorporated is experiencing some record growth, from real estate in South Sioux City to recently acquiring more property on historic 4th Street. HoChunk is planting its seeds across Siouxland. Tonight at 10, KCAU 9's Lydia Vasquez breaks down its growth and the impact that tribal members say it's having. Well, the best players in women's college volleyball are once again flocking to Sioux City, and the Tyson Event Center is getting ready to play host for this year's NAIA Women's Volleyball National Championship. 24 teams will be competing in the title pool play style tournament, and besides style of play, the style of the court itself is standing out tonight.
You know, the first 2 days is really almost like an Olympic festival. We got the red, white, and blue kind of motif going on here. The kids have really walked in and been impressed, and they're so excited to play for a national championship.
That tournament will start tomorrow, and it runs through May 1st. The summer food service program will be starting up this June, and the Sioux City Community School District is taking part. Through the program, meals will be provided Monday through Friday for children ages 1 through 18. The meals, of course, are free of charge, and each child will receive a sack breakfast and lunch to be taken and eaten off-site. Schools as well as mobile food buses are being used for the distribution process. We have a full list posted on our website right now if you're interested at SiouxlandProud.com or this story on the KCAU 9 mobile news app. It's time now for our first check on the weather. Another headline today. Meteorologist Marcus Beasley standing by. Mark, as you could see just by the colors behind you that it was a much warmer day here in Siouxland and still tonight.
That's right. We're seeing those brighter yellow colors and orange colors on the map, indicating that we're seeing warm temperatures here throughout Siouxland. And it's been warm throughout the day today, reaching a high temperature of 84 in Sioux City, Wayne, and North Fork. Down south, high temperatures reaching the lower 90s. Tacoma 92, Carroll 90 degrees there. 81 for your high in Storm Lake and Cherokee. And as you head further north, 75 in Sheldon, Estherville, with a high today of 72. Overnight tonight, you can expect low temperatures to drop only into the lower to mid 50s. So a very comfortable night tonight. Open up the windows, maybe let some of that outdoor air inside, as we are going to see some pretty comfortable temperatures tonight. It does look like we will see cooler temperatures in the coming days and a chance of a little bit of rain as well. Details on all of that in the 9 on 9 forecast. Sophie?
All right, thanks, Marcus. Turning our attention now to the situation at the border. At a crossing station in San Diego, California, several teenage boys are climbing over the wall just to be picked up by agents. Salvador Rivera reports.
As this 13-year-old boy climbed the border barrier, down below, his family waved goodbye. They brought him here. Their goal was to see him make it to the other side and have Border Patrol agents pick him up.
The father was able to record and see his son was going to the other side.
This unidentified woman says she knows the boy's family and spoke to the father about why he sent his son over the wall. The boy, who is from Central America, had been living at the migrant camp just south of the San Ysidro port of entry for more than 2 months. Many parents here, out of desperation, have begun sending their sons on the same journey.
The vast majority of the parents are sending their older sons. They don't want them suffering. They fear their kids are going to pick up bad habits since they are here not doing anything with a lot of idle time to waste.
Others in the camp say many teenage boys from the camp have already made the same trek.
Parents feel a need to send their children, hoping they become something in life. They risk sending their sons across. They sacrifice. It's very difficult for a parent having to throw their sons over to the other side.
Exact figures are not available as to how many teen boys from the camp have crossed the border like this boy did. As to what happened to the young man, after being picked up by agents, he was likely taken to a Border Patrol station for processing before being turned over to Health and Human Services.
Well, last week, the Iowa House approved a measure that would allow parents to teach their kids to drive. That's without going to a driving school. Lawmakers are now debating if learning from a parent is enough education. Parents who homeschool have been able to teach their kids how to drive now for more than a decade. But this bill would expand it to all parents. Those who oppose it fear it would drop the quality of education.
You may flunk a science test or a math test, and down the road get a chance to take that again. Well, out here, if you make a mistake on the road, you may not get another chance.
Some lawmakers fear students could also pick up a parent's bad habits. We're taking a moment now to congratulate Becky Bales for her big win at the Pete Godey Memorial Raffle we've been telling you about. She won this beautiful 2021 Indian Chief Vintage motorcycle. Again, congratulations now to Whitney Berquist. She won second prize. That was $2,500 in Polaris Adventure Bucks. Thank you, Siouxland, for coming out to support the Iowa chapter of the ALS Association in this fundraiser. Well, how old were you when you discovered your life's passion? It's different for everybody, and for one woman, it took more than 100 years. How she's learned to love bowling, coming up.
And today it was a really hot day. That means we might see a few thunderstorms in the coming days. Seasonal temperatures in the 60s and 70s as well. And a pleasant spring pattern looks to continue this week. Details after the break.
You're watching KCAU 9 News with Sophie Erber and meteorologist Marcus Beasley. This is KCAU 9 News.
Nothing that's going to really ruin any plans, and it's that time of year where we experience those showers and storms. And here's another beautiful sunset sent in from a viewer here in Sioux City. This was sent in from Ron French. So thank you for that picture, Ron. If you have any pictures out there, anyone watching, go ahead and send them our way. Go to SiouxlandProud.com. Click on the weather tab and send some pictures.
Beautiful shot, another warm weather looking picture.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks, Marcus. Well, NASA preparing for a mission to Mars, and we're taking a look at how the capsule that will take them there is actually being built. That's coming up in about 7 minutes, but first, a woman has finally discovered her favorite pastime, and she's 102. How she's living the dream each day now at a bowling alley. Next.
We all know somebody who's pretty interesting or has a unique talent. Maybe they just like to help people.
And we want to help share their stories with you on Siouxland Stories.
Send their name and what's special about that person to news@kcautv.com.
Then keep watching as we share those Siouxland stories with you.
This is KCAU 9 News.
At 102 years of age, one woman says she's finally got her passion, and it's from bowling, from her daughter. Once she picked up a bowling ball and knocked down a few pins, she realized she was pretty good at it too. Kristen Gallant shares her story.
See, I came here from another state. I was a little bored, I guess, and she was a bowler. So she decided, you're gonna bowl. So she got me into bowling, and I've been bowling ever since.
You know, as you get older, you try to find things you can do to exercise, and this is great for her. So this is where her heart is.
Meg Ruckman is on a senior bowling league here in Knoxville.
Anybody over the age of 50 can come and bowl in leagues.
Meg is by far the most senior member of the senior league.
102.
We had a big party for her, you know, when she turned 102, and she was queen of the day. She loved it.
She says it's bowling that keeps her going.
The best thing I like to do is to bowl.
She's been knocking down pins for over 60 years and met her boyfriend Walter here nearly 12 years ago.
Doesn't seem like it's been that long.
Meg loves to talk about her daughter and grandson.
I'm proud of him. I love him.
And of course, she loves to talk about bowling. But she's modest talking about her time volunteering with the Red Cross and other life events she's experienced.
Pretty amazing. Well, NASA is preparing for some big missions, including sending a woman to the moon and a crew to Mars. We're exploring their out-of-the-world tech that'll be responsible for taking them there. Next. Welcome back. NASA is planning to send astronauts to Mars, and aeronautics company Lockheed Martin is building the capsule they'll depend on for that mission.
The first thing nearly everyone says when they see the Orion crew module is, it looks just like an Apollo. Tim Livingston has heard that many times, but
the crew module is much more advanced than the old command module back on Apollo. It's about a third larger. We'll carry 4 astronauts out to orbit, and it's going to be what we use for deep space exploration to go to the moon and beyond.
And the beyond is Mars. Lockheed Martin is putting the Orion spacecraft together at the Michoud Assembly Facility, using some parts and pieces that come from other places around the country. Later this year, the very first Orion crew module, without astronauts on board, will lift off from Kennedy Space Center in Florida on a test flight. This NASA animation shows you how Orion will blast through Earth's atmosphere on top of a giant rocket and then separate from the rocket for its own trip around the moon. A second Orion capsule with astronauts will orbit the moon in 2023. The third Orion capsule, the one you're looking at right now, is projected to land 3 men and the first woman on the moon in 2024. Preparation for NASA's goal of taking astronauts to Mars.
You can't articulate the importance of how unbelievable this place is and the things that we do here are.
Taking a live look outside right now from downtown Sioux City on this warm night. Marcus returns with one more check on your forecast. Don't go away. Before we wrap up here at 5, let's check in first with Tim for what's coming up at 6. Hi, Tim.
Hey, good afternoon, Sophie. What a day to get the week started, huh?
Beautiful.
Monday, a lot of sunshine. What a beautiful day outside today. At 6, though, as far as what we're working on for the newscast, after a difficult year of isolation, nursing homes are facing a new challenge. Not enough employees. Iowa now ranks near the bottom of the list in terms of nursing home staffing. Closer look at that problem coming up after World News Tonight. And have you ever met someone who always seems to be in a good mood, always seems to have a smile on their face? Well, folks like that can brighten any room and are among favorites among friends as well. Sometimes those ambassadors, though, aren't always people. We'll introduce you to just such a case coming up tonight at 6. Jacob's in with sports tonight. The Sioux City West boys soccer team, still perfect on the season. He'll take a look at their success story as well coming up. That's all after World News Tonight, Sophie.
All right, sounds great. We'll see you then, Tim. And really a beautiful night. You still have time if you haven't enjoyed the day. You can still enjoy this evening.
Yeah, we're going to have a really nice evening tonight. Temperatures only dropping into the mid-50s, so a very comfortable night here throughout Siouxland. Maybe a stray shower or two. Tomorrow it does look like we'll have a higher chance of a little bit of rain.
All right, thanks, Marcus. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you again at 6. And until then, have a great night, everyone.